All right, today's video for Billing Bites, we're going to talk about referrals. When you have a patient with a HMO, a health maintenance organization, they usually have to pick a primary care physician, a PCP, and that's who they're going to see for all of their healthcare needs. If they need something more specialized or they need a service that the primary care physician does not do, then that primary care physician will write a referral to send the patient to someone more specialized. For example, maybe you need an MRI, maybe you need heart surgery, or you need physical therapy, things like that, that of course your primary care physician does not do. So without that referral, your insurance company will not pay for the service you are going to get. So you need to make sure as a patient that that referral is in place. If you work in the specialty office, you need to make sure that referral has been received before you let the patient have their service. So there's different speed as to how that referral gets processed. Most referrals are considered to be a regular referral. It takes about 3 to 10 days for that approval to come through, and the patient has to wait until that happens. Urgent is about a day, and then stat is like almost instantaneous, okay? So if you have a patient who can't wait, that this is a very serious condition, perhaps even life-threatening, that we need that referral to be done quicker, okay? Doctors have to be very careful that they're not abusing the urgent status just to get things done faster. The insurance company will catch on to that and have issues with that. So you need to make sure that it's truly urgent when you're using that category. Okay. So again, if you're in the primary office, your job may be part of getting that referral processed on the issuing end. If you're in the specialty office, you're on the receiving end. Either way, you may be doing a lot of communication between the specialist and the primary to make sure this paperwork happens. If you're on the issuing end, here's an example of that authorization form that you might be filling out. Many insurances do this now on online portals, but it's going to be very similar to this. So, who's the patient? Who's the primary? Who are we sending them to? And then why are we sending them? Okay. And then we've got some dates. They're going to authorize procedure codes. They're going to authorize date ranges. Usually it has a start date and an end date. I had a patient once who came to my office for chiropractic services. He was authorized like 10 visits or something, but it hit the ending date and he had not used all his visits. And he tried coming in and I said, I'm sorry, your authorization is expired, that these visits are no longer available to you. And he just thought that was crazy. He goes, this isn't milk. Why is there an expiration date on my visits? But it's the way it works. You get X amount of visits to be used in this time frame. So if the visits are used, there's no more coverage. If the time frame runs out, there is no more coverage. So as a specialty office, you need to pay attention to both the date range and the number of services and what procedures were authorized. If you need something that wasn't on the authorization, you send it back to the primary and you request it. So let's say I'm an ear, nose, throat doctor and I get a referral to evaluate a patient. And then upon evaluation, we decide the patient needs surgery on their ear. We then need to get an authorization for the surgery. Okay. And then they need something else. Oh, we need to get an authorization for that something else. And so communication between the specialist back to the primary is very, very critical. Without the authorization, the specialist doesn't get paid. So somebody in that office had better be on top of their referrals. Otherwise, your doctor is going to end up doing a lot of free services, and at some point, the doctor's going to not be so happy about that. Mistakes happen. We realize once in a while you got to write something off. But if you're writing off thousands and thousands of dollars over and over and over again, then we have a staffing issue. We have a procedural issue. We have a training issue that we need to improve. Or perhaps somebody shouldn't be doing that as part of their job. They're just not very good at it. So referrals are a big part of the job because HMOs are becoming more and more popular. So make sure you familiarize yourself with the HMOs you accept in your office and what is the process to either issue the referral or to receive the referral.